am not going to that big event in Pittsburgh. I have decided. I talked to Shane. We are still going to do a watch draft party with a mega cast. I don't know if the Steelers Realm guys are coming aboard. I don't know. I talked to Jim Tiger, JT, last week, but myself and Shane, and we will have a smorgasbord of people. So that'll be good, Shane. So I know you'll keep me busy.
Yeah, we'll chat you up and entertain you with if anything, just wit and charm. We're just going to berate you with our wit and charm and a little bit of Steelers knowledge sprinkled in there. But tis the season, and tis the season for the Steelers to. I can't believe it, Bubba. They're still making moves. They're still.
Well, speaking of that, there is a lot of speculation. I think we still need, like I put out there, we still need a number 2 receiver. And I don't think they're going to sign Tyler Boyd because I think Boyd wants too much money. Is that what you heard?
Yeah, he has penthouse dreams, and the Steelers have an outhouse budget for that fella.
Well, I if we would have got him at a good deal, he'd get hometown prices. That'd be good. He'd be second, he'd be the second receiver compared to Pickens on the other side. We got quarterbacks now. We got somebody that can actually throw longer than 35 yards. So,
yeah, I'll tell you what, it's funny, but I think they might draft a quarterback in the later rounds. That quarterback from FSU has been mentioned.
Well, I think that Michael Penix? He was talking to the Steelers this week. Yep. They had a lot of rookies coming in, just to visit. You know how Tomlin likes to wine and dine these guys and tell them the world is their oyster, and then try to get the best. But we got some people commenting here. Timothy Green. Oh, thank you.
On my other site.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to switch hats.
Well, you disappeared on me again. That's twice he's disappeared on me. But Mr. Green, thanks for popping on, and hello to you too. Thank you. Thanks for hey, anybody that's on Shane's channel and coming over here, I totally appreciate it. And if you want to give shout outs to the Mountaineers too, you can do that on this show. You're allowed. So
well, hey, I'll tell you what, Pat McAfee was really entertaining today with his takes on. Man, Pat McAfee's so entertaining, Bubba. I mean, I can't get enough. He's rocking a big belt buckle. He just doesn't give a shit.
He's the man. You know what? He's football. He got his whole crew. And the thing about McAfee is, Shane, his boys that he had all his life are still his boys, and they're still part of the team. And you don't see that a lot in any type of business. And you don't even see that out in the real world anymore, man. People that have been friends for 20 years, they don't do that. Todd says hello. He's on Facebook on my personal site. So Todd, if you haven't subscribed to the Steelers Dynasty podcast, and come on over to YouTube. So
we were just talking about Mark.
Yeah, and there he is.
Australia. Hey,
Steelers
Kelly
Nation,
McCourt.
Australia. Wow.
Kelly McCourt and Tim are my regulars on Fan to Fan.
Okay.
And we have Mark.
What do you think about Kelly's question there about the Mr. Frazier from the Mountaineers?
Yeah, hey Bubba, I think you should pull up that little cheat sheet we have.
Okay, we do have a cheat sheet. Shane gave me this week, this little mock draft thing that we got, because it's all about the mock draft, all about the draft. We're gonna have a big draft watch. Maybe we can get Mark from Australia to come on. We can watch all these picks. I know if the 20th pick the Steelers, but they might trade up. We don't know. But let's get this mock draft. Look at that. Shane sent me that this week, and look where Mr. Frazier is.
I'll tell you, I'm so excited. If they get that kid from Corvallis, from Oregon State, I mean, I'm Talise Fa'agwa. Man, I can't even. That is
Fanaga. Well, it's good to have a Samoan, another Samoan. Always, yeah. It's good. Always good. Yes, you can't beat that.
And then, hey, Kelly, we talked about it. Zach Frazier, West Virginia's All-American.
Well, we get 2 linemen in the first 2 picks, man. We're already ahead up in the game.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's your wide receiver, Bubba.
Well, we need another receiver. We still need a number 2 receiver, like I said, starting the show. And I don't think that they could get Michael Gallup from the Cowboys. He had a good playoff game against the Packers. He's coming back from injury. If we could get him at dollar discount prices, I would take him too. I would take anybody. Elijah Dean is in the house. Elijah Dean had a great, and this is off the topic, had a awesome main event match at IWC this past weekend I was at, man, and it was phenomenal. And hats off to you, sir. And he's splashing the single scenes in the professional wrestling world. So I don't know about this Jordan Travis, this quarterback. I think they'll probably get somebody, but they can also get some free agents.
I think Jordan Travis is a warm body. I think
well, he'd get his ass kicked in the scrub.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is a stud, and at 98th pick, he's a steal. And if they could get him and that cornerback from Notre Dame, Cam Hart, doesn't Cam Hart sound like he should be singing some? He should be in a glam band with a little bit of lipstick and some Aquanet, and some leather pants. Yeah, brother.
Sunglasses at night. But we also got. I'm gonna take this off the screen a little bit. We can still talk about this. We got a lot of comments on the site here.
Traveling Fools.
Thank you, Mark. This is a recipe here. It's a recipe. And then we got Craig from Patton, always, man, a good fan supporter on the Experience site and now on the Dynasty site. So I got two. We got two channels, people.
Craig is the equivalent to my Tim and my Kelly on the Fan to Fan and the West Virginia channel. So
right.
Hey, shout out.
Wow, yeah, Mark. Good day, Patton. And then we got the Traveling Fools, your people.
Yeah. Those are trivia. We need to do. Joey really likes to do trivia, and I think
I do have trivia. My youngest stepdaughter gave me Steeler trivia, and I always do trivia.
I think we need to do a trivia question here and there, sprinkle it in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got days and days and days. Now I got Zach in the Facebook in the room there. Boothy's in there, and Zach says he's looking at that tackle in the first round, Mims. Boothy says, "What's up, guy?" Lakin's in the house on Facebook. So, guys on Facebook, you got to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I split it. The Experience is all about wrestling and pop culture and interviews. This is all Steelers stuff. So we listened to our compadre in Australia, and he was like, "Hey, Bubba, Shane, you guys are doing great stuff. You need to split your brand because nobody knows what the hell you're talking about because you got a lot of stuff in the oven." So, and he said, "You two are like, you guys are like money." I was like, "Oh my God, we're like money." Hopefully I hit the Powerball. It's like 1.2 million. That would help out in a lot of other stuff in our lives, I'm sure. So I'd actually help people out. But
April Fools, you got me. Hey guys, Steelers.
I know. Yeah, I did.
he said he won 300. He picked an amount that was believable. It was like $376,000. And I'm sitting on the toilet reading his message. And Bubba, what the hell are you doing at 1:40 in the morning?
That's the time I go to sleep sometimes. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, your boy Joey's in the house.
Hey, Joey, we're talking about you.
We're going to give a big shout out, Shane's show. Here we go right here. There's his show, Fan Zone Live. And Shane looks like he's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, that was before I tore my bicep when I was thick and rugged. Now I'm just I think that's right after. So I was pretty angry.
And when is that show? That show's on Tuesdays. What is it?
Tomorrow at 7 on the Mark Rogers network. So you can see us there, Joey and me. We talk about Big 12. A lot of stuff going on with college football with the conference realignment. The ACC is going to implode. You might see Pitt go to the Big 12. We hope, but traveling.
We could, but if Pitt needs to go somewhere where they can sell that stadium behind you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like it's
problem. And the numbers that they post for stadium attendance, it's a damn lie. There's no way that they're reporting they average like 45,000 fans a game.
The Steelers. Behind the scoreboard at Heinz Field, because that's what I call it. That used to be open ended when I was a season ticket holder. That was open ended. Now it is not. So now they probably got, I think maybe it's 67,000 in Heinz Field now, and Pitt's not getting that. But the Steelers are, because the Steelers
are.
You know what I mean? You're in a 10-year wait line if you want regular seasons to the Steelers, and I don't even know what the Steeler tickets cost, but I know when I was a season ticket holder, Shane, it was 10 games, and it was like $800. That didn't include playoff games and the championship game, and that didn't even include the Super Bowl, which I tried one time was $500. Now it's just crazy, crazy. Benjamin, thanks for tuning in.
I was a season ticket holder for the Mountaineers until 2008, and they started wanting a donation per ticket of $250 on top of the $2,000 or $2,500 I was spending, and it just got to be ridiculous. But hey, you know what the attendance record is?
No, Tim, no. I don't think he's coming out.
Tim,
no, we're okay. We're okay with the I think we're okay with the quarterbacks that we got for the economical prices of having a guy who's been in 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
won one, he lost one, and we have this Fields is going to be somewhat in this offense. They're going to have some schematic plays for him. It's going to be something.
Have some third down plays for him, and Tim Green. I got to tell you, I've read some reports that Fields is surprising folks. Yeah, the backyard brawl. So yeah, Joey knows this. We looked up the record for Acrisure Stadium and it was last year's backyard brawl. It broke the attendance for the Steelers had that year.
Wow. Well, a lot of people were up. They're upset. Steeler fans are upset sometimes, and especially losing a couple of those games in that 3-game stretch did not help. So, Colin, thanks for tuning in.
They should have beat. And when
can you imagine where we'd be?
Backwards.
Yeah, we'd have had a playoff game at home. It's just this year is we're going in with I'm not going in with high delusions like I was before. And like Boothie says, Fields is a little slash type quarterback, and that's great. And I think that'll add to our offense. It'll get production up because the Steeler offense is not even in the middle tier of offenses in the AFC. Like we're near the bottom. We're not in the higher echelon of AFC offenses or offensives of nature in the NFL.
Boothie, I got to tell you, Fields Cordell Stewart was like an Abercrombie & Fitch model, like thin, wiry. Fields is straight up dad bod, like country strong. Like you seen him working out? Yeah,
I have.
Yeah, he looks like and he's thicker, he's taller than Cordell Stewart. He's and he's same type of playmaker. So we're hoping we see some as
well. I think with Arthur Smith, Shane, I think they're going to we're going to run the ball down people's throats. So I'm okay with that. And like Boothie said, he's a stud. And Benjamin always picks the Steelers. He's taking the Steelers 16-1, and I don't know what kind of marijuana he's smoking. It's always the good stuff, as he always says. He's pro Steelers, and that's awesome. And I know we're going to do a big show where we give our our wins and losses. We're going to do that like I've been doing it for many, many years. I know last year I took them at 12-5. A couple games was not up to par. So this year it's going to be a little different.
The preseason, that was I usually don't get excited, and I always take the glass half full type of deal, or if it's half empty.
I was going all in when that preseason, when we were scoring on first drives and we were going down there and scoring and looking like a Super Bowl team, and then the wheels fell off. And now we have no quarterbacks from last year at all. Mitch is in Buffalo now, and Buffalo is getting rid of all their players. It must be a big fire sale up in Buffalo right now, which is okay for me because we have not fared very well against the Buffalo Bills and Mr. Josh Allen. So, and we have a question right now. Boothie asked us a question. Do you think we'll use Patterson much? I believe they will, Booth. I believe Patterson in that return game could get us better field advantage because they got that new rule on the kickoffs now. And maybe the jet sweeps or some kind of plays will actually add to the offense. And he's going to be the third string running back. He's a big dude. And the thing about Patterson is he put on his Twitter thing. I don't know if you heard this, Shane. You know what number he wants as his jersey?
84.
84. 84. And somebody tweeted about that. You know who tweeted about it? Mr. Big Time. Mr. What's his name? What was his name? Big Chest, something, I don't know.
Chesty, Mr. Big Chest.
Know. Mr. Big Chest had the world by the nuts. He would have been the all-time he could have been the all-time receiver probably of all time, maybe. I'm very, very close in the top 5. And he was like, no, that jersey 84 number is sticking with me, he says. But you know what? I don't know. Booth says he's a big dude. And maybe Heinz Ward type. Jerry Harper, thanks for tuning in, brother, and congratulations on your he lost a ton of weight, man. He wrestled a couple weeks ago. And looking good, brother. And here we go, Mr. Big Chest. Thank you, Mr. Wood. Yeah, Mr. Big Chest.
Mr. Big Chest.
What a tragedy. I still say to this day that Burfict hit messed him up.
I got something for you. Ready, Bubba?
I'm ready.
I'm gonna share this.
Okay.
See if I can do this.
Okay. Do I have to hit it? Because I can hit it. You want me to add it?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see. You want me to add it? I can add it. I'm going to do it now. How's that?
This is not Brian Burns.
But it kind of looks like Burns, though, doesn't it?
But yeah. They say Bill Burr. And this is straight from Sports Illustrated, all Steelers. So this is from a couple days ago, and I just could not get over it. So if you like the Steelers or if you like comedy, this is Bill Burr has a doppelganger. So, his reaction was, oh yeah, I kind of look like that guy, but it'd be cooler if I was the quarterback. But he is. Maybe we might need to get Mark to translate if we ever get this guy on, because he has a thicker Aussie accent. And I think us Pittsburghese folks are going to have a hard time.
I swear to God, he looks like Bill Burr and Burns mixed up into one.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is funny. Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. Todd says they should grab the center that caught the touchdown. United States Football League team name is Birmingham. Maybe looks good. They might get. Well, right now we don't have a center. We do not have a center at all. And I was talking about Nate Herbig before we came on, but he doesn't have many games at center, many snaps, because he was backing up Kelsey in Philadelphia, and he never got to play in Philly because Jason Kelsey wasn't giving up too many snaps, and he said he reached out. Oh, well, keep trying, brother, keep trying. But I just don't know if Nate Herbig is going to be the midway to the Steelers getting another center, or maybe he starts a couple games if they do draft a center and let the center grasp, training camp and get him some experience, and then maybe into the 4th or 5th game, maybe the rookie that we do draft, if we do draft a center, gets into the Steelers lineup, because Herbig's getting paid like he got signed for $4 million a year. They got to use him. I mean, I wish I got paid $4 million.
Move him to guard, because if you draft that kid from Oregon with two first names as a last name, or Zach Frazier, you just put that quarterback's butt sweat on Zach Frazier's knuckles in July, and
so you're saying if we draft a center,
absolutely,
we draft a center. Okay, and it looks like Tim's gonna probably agree with you, because he wants some. He wants that West Virginia connection. So say we drafted Frazier, second round, drafted Frazier. You're plugging him right in. He's going right in at center. Okay, I can't disagree with that.
No, because these are. This is the strangest. I don't usually see centers. Not just 3 of them. There's the kid from Georgia. He's the 3rd best. Zach Frazier's the 2nd best. And the kid from Oregon.
Powers or something, right?
Powers Booth or something like that, or Powers James or something like that.
But I read where the Jets are looking for a center and might trade up. So there's going to be some trade ups that draft on the 25th of April, Thursday night at 7:00. We're going to go live, people, at 7:00. We're going to take the first pick.
Yep.
We're gonna BS, talk, do whatever, get up to that Steelers pick. Hopefully, have some guests, some panels, maybe Steelers realm guy coming on, and maybe Mark from Australia can come on, and we can all just hang out and get this 2024 draft and see who the Steelers pick. But what kind of position?
I'm going to take the link for Draft Buzz, and I'm going to put that Powers guy in our Jackson Powers Johnson is the center for Oregon.
Johnson. See, well, when you got a big Johnson at center, he's going to blow some holes through. Hey, you got to keep it coming. But so let me ask you a question, and let me ask the people out there on if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube new channel here, the Steelers Dynasty podcast. This is the second show. I've been talking Steelers and doing podcasting since 2018 in one form of another. It's 2024. I do it because I love it. Shane does it because he loves it. So let me put the question out there to you guys. What position? We got a couple more weeks. What position? Oh, wait, I got a question. Hold on before I ask that. So, Bubba, what in your opinion makes a good center? Thanks. That's a good question. Okay. To me, Craig, he can hike the ball and get on the block. To me, the prototype would be Mike Webster, Damani Dawson, Pouncey kind of center that can guide the offensive line and take control and actually see stuff that maybe the quarterback's not seeing, and maybe can help out the quarterback and be like the ring general on the field. That's what I'm looking for, and can actually maintain a block. I don't want centers getting blown off their ass and sitting in the backfield of the halfback. You know what I mean? I don't want that. So what would your opinion makes a good center, Shane?
I'm not a football coach, but I do have a Copilot for Microsoft, and it tells me this is what makes a great center. This is what the internet tells you, and this is what AI tells you. A successful center possesses a blend of physical attributes including size, strength, agility, and stamina. So they need to be technically accurate for the snapping, effective blocking, and an extremely high football IQ. Then the tertiary ones are mental toughness, leadership qualities, and strong work ethic. So, basically it's the center is the center. It's he's the
linchpin, the heart. Yeah.
He's the heart. He's the, if you have a tough center, and look at those Steelers offensive, awesome, those awesome lines that they had from the 80s, and they had centers that were Hall of Fame centers, right?
Yeah, but lately we haven't had the center. The center is like the roll of the dice. After Pouncey, retired, we had Kendrick Green. They thought he was going to, no. They signed Mason. Well, they signed Mason Cole. He had that good, half-decent year. Last year, he dropped off dramatically, and that's why they cut him. And there's been speculation of actually signing him back, which I don't want to see that. Yeah. I don't want that at all. I'd rather just go in and maybe get Frazier or the Johnson in the first-round pick. So hopefully, Craig answered your question on the opinions of making a good center, and we need a great center. And we got a lot of comments, maybe for draft day. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you can make it 5 minutes, brother, you come on. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can give him shit all day long too, brother. I hate Cincinnati. I hate all teams in the AFC North except for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Tim says that wrestling background definitely helps. Definitely helps. To make holes, to sustain blocks, and to get a little bit of leverage of power, because wrestlers use that leverage of power. You know what I mean? So, hey, guess what? Again, we got Jimmy Bradley's in the house on Facebook again. Big shout out to Jimmy Bradley.
Hey, Jimmy Bradley should know he should be in YouTube, not Facebook, like a boomer.
Yeah, we're trying to get everybody. I got it on my personal page, but we're trying to get you guys converted to our Dynasty Podcast new YouTube channel, because I had to split it from the experience, because when you got too many topics, YouTube doesn't have any understanding what you're talking about. So,
Hey, getting these Yunzers over to Facebook is like getting a
I know
Yunzer to switch from Squirt
Heinz
to
to Hunts
Sprite.
or Heinz to Hunts ketchup.
Your Heinz to Hunts. Yeah.
I can't do Hunts. I have to do Heinz or I won't
Do you
even
like
eat it.
Squirt? Do you like to drink Squirt?
No,
No.
no, nope, nope. Is that like that's a form of mellow yellow, right?
No, it's totally different.
Is it?
I haven't had it ever.
Oh, I haven't had. Well, I had a root beer today, so I ate I had a couple slices of pizza and an Italian at Sansos and Homer's today after work.
Oh, it's Sansos.
Yeah, it's Sansos. Yes.
You drive
yeah,
past it every day?
I drive past it every day, and I wish I probably could have I should have went to the gym today. I took a day off. I'm slacking.
How often do you stop at Sansos?
Once every couple weeks.
Oh man, if you crawled in bed with me after going to Sansos, I'd be sniffing you. That place smells fantastic.
They have a good business. I don't think I'm ever going to crawl in bed with you, but no, that's okay. But Todd says he enjoys both of them. Thank you.
Processed meats.
So where was I getting at after we got topic about the center conversation?
Sorry.
It was me. What position? I'm going to ask you and then ask everybody, and you guys can comment on Facebook and YouTube. What position do the Steelers need to draft first?
Hey, put that chart back up that we have.
Okay, let me put the chart up.
I think would be a fantastic Steeler and inside linebacker from Clemson, Jeremiah Trotter. I can just see Trotter Jr. in, I could see him in black and gold,
Okay, you don't see him getting picked first, though.
No. Okay. But out of those guys, I would be very excited. And that's the fourth pick. How many drafts have you been excited, or I'm excited at most of these guys? I'm very happy with, like Cam Hart. I mean, Jeremiah Trotter, Zach Frazier.
Now this is your mock. This is a mock thing that you saw online, and you like Bob.
Yeah, I'm like, these are some names, and they're names that I'm familiar with. I follow college sports. Okay?
Yes, you do. You know a lot of college ball.
But son of a gun, those are some good ball players. Usually when you get to the fourth and fifth round, they're like, so and so from Northwest Southern Catholic Charities.
Well, the thing is, though, when I had JT Toth of Draft Nation, and he's into the draft, the NFL, NBA, all that stuff, all that draft stuff. He does a Pirate podcast also. He told me when I brought him on that the defensive linemen in this draft can go on later rounds. There's a lot of receivers. I cannot see us picking a receiver in the first round. I cannot see that, but I don't say it wouldn't be possible. It depends on the receiver in the 20th, or if they trade up. If they trade up, they're doing something dramatic, or they're afraid that the center that they want is going to go to the Jets or Philadelphia, because Philly needs a center too. So if that, but I am happy with that mock thing with Frazier at second, because when I did a mock thing a couple weeks ago, actually I took Zach in the second round at 51st also. So maybe that's something that is coming to, the way it's going to be. Frazier is a Steeler in a second round pick.
I think that's a good pick. It's, getting an offensive lineman for the first two. Yeah, I've already voted center. Yeah. If you get an offensive lineman, first two picks, and the Steelers really, really need a center, and they need an inside linebacker. Like you said, the wide receivers and the defensive, the outside, edge rushers. There's quite a few of those. But yeah, if you get a quality cornerback too, it's going to be
well. And I think they're bringing a lot of people in town. Like I said, Tomlin's going to wine and dine and see some. But there's a lot of free agency. Like they lost that Mikael Walker. They lost to him to the. It's just depth. Like, you guys got to remember, the Steelers need depth, and last year we needed so much depth that inside linebacker, it was atrocious. Like, it was a total just an explosion of injuries to that position. So he left the Steelers this week. He went to the to me, they're still the Redskins. He went to the Redskins.
Yeah.
So, and then I think is that Trotter's kid? That was Trotter's kid.
Yeah.
Okay, from Clemson. He was a pretty good player for the Eagles.
Well, his son's better, from what I hear.
Well, that's even better then. So maybe this and he plays inside linebacker.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what maybe they take him up a little, maybe at third round pick or something. I'm gonna say they're probably gonna take before I was thinking a tackle, Mims, because they need a tackle for the blind side of Wilson, unless they move Broderick Jones over, because Dan Moore, I don't know if he's gonna make the team because he had a terrible year last year. He had gave up 8 sacks. His rating was like at a 27 or 32%. Dan Moore, and it's a shame because when I saw Ben's last game, Dan Moore took Myles Garrett to the woodshed, and that was probably his greatest game I thought he ever played. And then he just went on a downhill slope. So I don't know if he's going to make the team, but I'm going to probably say center too. I'm going to say center, Craig. I'm going to go with center as that first pick. So, and I know there's a lot of people from West Virginia in the house, and I know they want Frazier, but also too, if they don't take a center in the first round, they definitely, and if Frazier's there, I would take.
Yeah, Kelly. And Kelly, I have another guy there in the 4th round that they could take at a safety. He was a Mountaineer and he transferred to Georgia, and that's Tyke Smith. So, the Steelers could snag him. That would be a nice grab.
What position did he play?
Safety. He's a solid, more of a strong safety than a free safety, but he's he in college he was hitting hard.
Okay.
But
we still need a corner because unless Corey Trice comes back from injury, Holcomb is still working his injury, and Holcomb, if he even comes back from injury, is a second. He's not starting. He's not starting because LaDainian Roberts and Patrick Queen is your inside linebackers, and Patrick Queen has just upgraded that position to probably Shazier level or beyond. He's probably that, and that's something that we needed for many, many years. And with Shazier out, we didn't have it, so now we do. That was the biggest signing, I believe, of the whole offseason right there.
Yeah. Another one I want to throw out there, a quarterback that's not a warm body like Florida State, was Joe Milton from Tennessee. Behind us still curtain has him as the 6th round pick, and why not? If
he's there in a 6th, you pick him because you could get a quarterback in free and sign a free agent quarterback.
Yeah, the GOAT was a 6th round pick. Your buddy.
Yeah, my buddy. Yeah. Yeah, the AFC Championship Steeler killer.
A lot of teams wiped in terrible towels.
I was crying. I've been to 2 AFC Championship losses. It's heartbreaking, man. It sucks. I'm going to be 53 years old, and I still it's all I ever wanted to see was a Steeler championship game live, and I went to 2, and I'm 0 for 2. It's terrible. Now I'm too scared to go because then my karma brings bad stuff, bad juju
like that.
Well, it's not what I want, but I just can't wait for this draft because this is probably the most exciting draft in recent times. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if you guys saw the show many years ago, I got angry when we drafted Kenny Pickett. I wanted Jordan Davis. I wanted a nose tackle, and they signed that Lowry guy from the Vikings and Packers. They signed him to a 2-year deal. So, and they're looking, like I said, I did a video this week. Lear, they might be trading Lear and traded him, during the draft because he wasn't. His high expectations didn't come through, so they might use him as trade in the draft. But I cannot see. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you see them making a trade for Brandon Ayuk from the 49ers? and giving up, say they give up a number 1 pick. I don't want to see that.
No.
Okay. Okay. So we're on the same page. Yeah. I don't want to see them give up a number 1. I didn't like that when they did Minka. I know everybody likes Minka, but I don't like giving up a number 1 pick because you never know, that number 1 pick could be a franchise player, but I don't want to take that. And I don't think the 49ers are going to trade him anyway. And then maybe he's a little bit too much. And like I said, we still need a second wide receiver to complement Pickens. But in this offense, Shane, with Arthur Smith, it's not receiver driven.
Yeah, no, it's not. And it's going to be, running back, but this ties into, so there's a guy, Mark Caboli, that goes on Pat McAfee's show.
Yep. He's a Steeler insider.
Okay. You got to tell me if you agree or disagree with this statement. It's a hot take.
Okay.
He says that the Steelers are no better off than they were 3 months ago at quarterback.
Come on. I think they're a little. No, I'm going to disagree with him on that. I agree. I think the Steelers are definitely a little better at quarterback, because Russell got 26 touchdowns on the Denver Broncos, and Kenny just, I don't know, you know what I mean. Now it's like old memories. I'm going to say I don't agree with that.
6 months ago with Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett, I would say they're probably a 4 out of a 10. Right?
Yeah. Well, Mason to me would got a little bit more higher pedigree than Kenny.
It's like a 5.5.
Well, out of the 3, Mason was the better of all 3 quarterbacks, I believe, and people probably will lynch me and do whatever, but I just feel, Kenny's best game, in my opinion, was the Immaculate Reception game.
Yeah,
that was the best game he ever played, and he still didn't get over 200 yards.
Shoots on him, and he was.
So Caboli makes big money. I mean, we only do this for fun, but I'm going to disagree with them. So I think we did a little bit of upgrade. I think now we're at you said what, a 4 or 5?
Well, I'm going to say why. I think we went up maybe 1 or 2 notches, and this is why. Hear me out. So everybody in the comment section, and Mark, if you're still on here, you can comment too. Kenny Pickett and the Mason Rudolph situation caused divisiveness in the locker room. Getting those 2 out of there gives them a fresh start, allows them to kind of rebuild. I'm reminded of a podcast that McAfee had, and talking to, Ben, that the atmosphere and the culture is gone. I agree with that. So with getting rid of that cancer, and Kenny Pickett not dressing for that game as a number 3, proves the point that he has piss poor leadership, because a good leader is an excellent.
He has no leadership, and your military expertise. He has no leadership at all, because you would not do that. You can't do that.
When you're at Fort Benning or West Point or any place you're trying to identify and just figure out what leaders are what leadership potential a student would have.
Right.
You put them in situations where you're watching them when they know that they're not watched, and see how they help other people succeed. And he is not a guy that's going to be now it's different. Troy Polamalu was a competitor, and he was very competitive, and he'll even say that, but
he let his actions on the field speak for him. He did not have to use his mouth.
Yeah, but it's you're going to try to build everyone out. You're not going to cut someone's legs out from under them. And I know the NFL's a business, but at the end of the day, these guys want, the Steelers, they want rings. These guys are making a living, but when you're making $4 million and you're going to get maybe an extra $500,000 somewhere else, these guys want to play for the Steelers because they want to play for an organization of winners.
Yeah. I mean, we got a couple. Richie Allen's in the house. Thanks for tuning in. Guys on Facebook, please subscribe. Go over to the YouTube. to the Steelers Dynasty podcast. We are looking to get some numbers up. We are looking to make this channel viable and economically sound would be great too. I mean, there's a lot of people that make money off this. I do not. I don't know, Shane. Do you make any money on podcasting?
No, but I
No.
was going to paint my kid's guinea pig black and gold and start doing TikTok.
So, but I mean, we both like doing this. We do a lot of shows here on this channel and on the other channel. And Todd says, I remember your level of dislike when they drafted Kenny. Turns out you were right. Pittsburgh Steelers should check out you guys and your shows more often. Just saying. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Todd. Yeah, I was disarray, and then I got on the bandwagon of Pickett, and then when he didn't suit up in Seattle, and like Shane said, I agree with you, Shane, wholeheartedly, to being a leader.
I know bandwagon. I remember the game, and you said it already in this podcast. It was the anniversary of Franco's play when he came back. You're like, oh, and Bubba, don't tell me you weren't thinking. You're like, man, if they have a number 8 in my size, I'm gonna fucking buy that jersey, right?
I would have, but he's never had a 300. He never had a 300-yard game. I mean, know, but that was, you know what? That was the spirit of Franco Harris that came upon
that's closest you would have been to buying his jersey at that point.
They still have McFarlane figures up at my comic book store for $29. And you think those prices have dropped? They have not. They got 7 of them. I have no desire.
Do they have a helmet on?
Yeah, they have a helmet on.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if they,
that's what I want. I agree with Mark. That's what I want. I want to see us. Yes, I want to see us, winning playoff games. And the time when the Steelers win playoff games now because they extended the season, like, the end of December, January, the economic sounds of people's registers ringing when the Steelers are into playoffs. Now, this is before COVID, though. So I don't know how it is. And this is when I was in the bar business. And I'm just taking it for me. When I was in the bar business and the Pittsburgh Steelers were into playoffs, the bars were making money. Everybody was making money. It was a time of joy and festivities. And I mean, I used to have tailgate parties down here at the Rose Inn. We'd be cooking hamburgers at 7:00 in the morning, waiting for the 1:00 game. Now it's a different, and I get that nostalgia kind of way. And I get like that for like playoffs. Like this year, I was doing podcasts every day because, you know what, I was feeling the playoff atmosphere. And that's what the Steelers need to go. They need to go back to basics and be the Pittsburgh Steelers. When they come to your town and you got to face the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're like, oh shit, I do not want to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I want. That stigma of Steelers football. Like I just watched a thing about James Harrison when that player come on the field and Harrison just slammed him down. He wasn't taking any crap, and Harrison was knocking people out left and right, and that's what I want. And I think a lot of people are just like me. I'm thinking.
No, I agree. You go to Giant Eagle that time of that you're referring to, and it's black and gold everywhere. You go to Sheets, black and gold, and guys, if you're not from West Virginia, they have Sheets and they have Giant Eagle. Okay,
do they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay,
you go the whole way down to Fort Bragg and they have a Sheets.
Well, Sheets is taking over the world.
Yeah.
Kelly said the senator of Oregon has
told Kelly, he said, why is the guy from Oregon State, you think, a better center? They're so close. It's like when they rate these guys on a scale, and Bubba, you had the guy from Draft 412, and what do they call it now?
He's Draft Nation. JT Toth of Draft Nation, yes.
Now, when he was on the show, Bubba, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was 320 different characteristics that they rate these guys on. So it might be hand size, it might be peripheral vision, all kinds of these silly things add up to a metric, a number. And he's just like a decimal, Zach's just a decimal below that Johnson Powers or Jackson Powers, whatever the kid's name is. And that's the difference. So, the blessing is West Virginia, Zach Frazier, their center, has a more likelihood of being a Steeler than the Oregon center because of where it falls with the draft. So it kind of works out for fans that like me, that like West Virginia and like the Steelers. So.
Right. Well, hey, I'm looking here right now because I just seen this up on my laptop. Since Stephon Diggs got traded to the Houston Texans, this might help the Pittsburgh Steelers maybe get that receiver, and the receiver that they could be getting, maybe rumors, because they're already paying Robert Woods $9.7 million. Okay, so it seems like since they traded for Diggs, he's be out of a starting role. Okay, so maybe the Steelers, Woods is in his final season of a 2-year contract. Mm-hmm. His salary cap would be reduced to $6.2 million if he's traded, with the Texans saving that amount of money, absorbing $3.25 million dead cap. Okay, now Houston's not in a dire salary cap straits, but that is something for the Steelers to look at now with this trade. Maybe one of these receivers they'll trade, and maybe we can get. I remember Woods played for the Rams too, so we just need that.
I remember him as a Ram, and then when he tore that ACL, I remember that being, that's a significant injury, and I think
it takes a couple years to get
right
back to where you're be, if you ever get to back to where you're be with cutting and running routes.
He's 30. I think he's what, 32.
He might be in his 30s, but I'm looking. If we look at anybody, I'm looking at Michael Gallup from the Cowboys, because when he had that Packers game, he had 100 and some yards in that last game when the Packers beat the Cowboys. You know what I mean? So if the Steelers could get something like that, because like I said, Boyd wants too much money. He doesn't want to do a hometown discount, and it's not happening. So maybe Omar Khan, Killer Khan, as I call him, maybe pulls the trigger. He's going to do something in his draft to trade up and maybe trade some later picks to move us up somewhere. It's going to be so much sitting on our seat and seeing where these draft picks are lining up. But this year's draft is going to be very exciting to fill the spots that we need. And that's what we're definitely doing, because we filled a lot of spots that we needed. Definitely quarterback situation. I mean, one time we didn't have any quarterbacks. Now we got 3. And 3 quarterbacks never played for the Steelers. So maybe that's a different perspective. And you got to go in like one thing I like about Mark from Australia, Steeler Nation Australia, he's very, very positive, and you got to be positive. You can't be boo-hoo and the Steelers you can't, because the season hasn't even started yet. You got to take it, right into the draft, mini camp, draft, hopefully barring no major injuries. The Steelers just got to get to the playoffs and win one and then go from there. Oh, Jesus. Ha ha! That was Ricardo Montalban's greatest role right there. Welcome to Fantasy Island. The original one. Yeah, he's all in. He's all in. I'm all in too, Mark. I'm all in, and we appreciate everybody that's all in on this podcast. And if you guys haven't checked out Steeler Nation Australia, please do subscribe to Mark's. He's got content every day. He's got some short videos. He's got longer videos. He goes live. He has me and Shane come on. That was great. We had 700 views. Love it. So a little bit of Yinzerism in Australia.
I've never seen Mark with a hat on. Does Mark wear hats?
I don't know if he does. I don't think he does.
Because I need Mark. You've emailed me before. I've been on your show, so send me your address, and I'm going to send you a hat, because in May they're going to be done.
I'm going to get him a beer koozie. I wonder if they have beer koozies in Australia.
If we're going to spend the money on the shipping, we got to.
We'll do it together. Yeah, we'll give him a package.
They do have blow up sheep. I saw them in college at the discount den, and it came with man to lamb lubricant.
Oh, and I don't know if Skip Bayless. I hate Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless is a pain in
Skip Bayless is
a tattoo. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He got that right on his back. It looks like he doesn't miss back day.
No. Yeah, he said he'll take stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got to get some. Well, I got to get some koozies and stuff. I got to get some more koozies. We got to get a merchandise. We got to get a merchandise thing rolling here.
Joey's gonna help me out. We're gonna do a merch store, and it'll just be drop shipped. People order, and it'll just go. We're gonna have hats and T-shirts.
Is that what you guys are doing on your show?
No, your show, Bubba.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Dynasty podcast.
Okay. Well, I'm all about Steelers stuff.
At S&S, and he's priced me on the hats. So those are going to be picked up.
He'll send us some kangaroo jerky.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Is that illegal or is that legal? You can ship that across?
I've never had kangaroo.
I never had kangaroo. So
what's
I always
the
have
strangest, like, meat you've had? I've had some strange meat.
I never had any strange. I ate alligator once.
Alligator?
Yeah. I appreciate it. Everybody coming on tonight. And that's why, honestly, I want this show, to be interactive. You guys have your Steeler comments. I'll read them as fast as I can. And hopefully I don't miss you, because sometimes there is a little delay, because I know when I've jumped off, people like 17 comments on Facebook. But like I said, Facebooker guys, come on to the YouTube channel, because then I do have a Steeler Dynasty podcast Facebook. And as of right now, I cannot stream to it. So that's why I am streaming to my personal account, because I do have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of hats I wear, I think.
Yeah.
So,
they're all black and gold, though.
Bison. Yeah, all black and gold. Those are the great colors.
Yeah,
well, 5 minutes from my house, there's like 15 bison. Brian Short has like tons of buffalo over the hill from me, which is crazy.
Mark, the only problem with bison, I mean, it's the best protein source. It's a little bit more expensive, but it takes a bison twice as long as a cow to mature, and that's why it's a little more expensive.
Ooh, see, that's a little scientific note. I did not know that. Yeah. Yes, we do. We have a lot of podcasts. We have the Experience Show is wrestling and pulp culture and interviews, and I never had Wild Boar. I know Wild Boar Films. That's a Troy Fritz production. But he says, "Oh wow!" But also too, I gotta try to put this out to pay the bills. Not really pay the bills, but advertise people that are actually advertising for us. But I want to give a shout out to 15701, Mr. Chad Henry. Also AHT, proud sponsors of my wrestling show in June of the Allied Powers Wrestling Company, and also Break All Productions out of Vegas, special effects. They've done Walking Dead. They've done a whole bunch of stuff, and we will have Frank Morano on the Triple B Experience show. And Top
Gun 3.
Yes, he was doing that. Wallback Insurance out of Homer City. Get your insurance. It's Wallback Insurance. And also One Pittsburgh channel. Look it up on YouTube. It's One Pittsburgh. And also my buddy Todd DeFazio used to be the producer of the Experience at one time. He has his own show called Club Sandwich, where they go all over Pittsburgh and surrounding areas and go eat sandwiches. So, and they are proud sponsors. All these businesses are proud sponsors of this. Before we get out of here, the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. It's the pro wrestling return of the company from 1998 that was there till 2010. And I brought it back, and myself and Shane and Larry and my wife and some other people are a proud part of the staff, and we are bringing a great show to Indiana, Pennsylvania on June 23rd. So besides Steeler talk, pulp culture talk, I am a professional wrestling promoter, and I just do every stuff I love. So, and my wife gave me the heads up, and I wouldn't do it without her, and I wouldn't do it without Shane and everybody else. Larry, you guys have been great, so
June 23rd.
Awesome. Yeah, it's coming to be here before you know it. So, but so next week, ladies and gentlemen, same bat time at 9:00. We'll be talking Steelers. We'll have some more stuff. And before we get out of here, I was going to do some trivia. So, okay, this is a trivia. What player holds the Steelers record for the longest field goal, and what is his mark?
I have a guess. Gary Anderson.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, for time constraints, I'm going to give you the answer. The answer is the Boz, Chris Boswell.
What?
59 yards versus Dallas in 2020.
Boss 59.
Yep.
Jared Devil got it.
He got
Jared
it.
Devil got it.
Yep. Devil got it.
Steelers Nation Australia.
I'm gonna give it. Yeah, he got it too. You guys both got it. You guys are good. You guys know you're still a trivia. So, and Todd said, looking forward to the show. Yes, I'm going to try to sell tickets like gangbusters.
Yeah, I was going to say about Todd is that's the only show you watch that you can gain weight from watching your phone or watching it on. It's the food looks phenomenal on that club sandwich.
Oh yeah, I wanted to go down to Pittsburgh and try a couple of them sandwiches, but honestly, like I said, when we did our wrestling picks yesterday on WrestleMania picks, I went to the Chinese buffet and I can only do 2 plates, and I'm a big dude. I can't eat much anymore, so it's terrible. Well, what team in the AFC North sucks?
Bengals.
I know what sucks. It's called Cincinnati, and the Ravens and Cleveland Browns. They all suck. They all suck. Suck.
Yeah.
I hate them all. Yep, I agree. So, hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Myself, Shane, what do you got to say, Shane, to promote yourself if you got anything going on?
Tomorrow night, if you feel a little squirrely and want to talk about some Big 12 news, maybe some conference realignment, join us. We're going to talk about how the Big 12 crapped the bed in the NCAA basketball tournament. Bubba, they had the most teams, tied for the most teams to make it to the tournament. Tied for the most teams to make the tournament. And they, for the past 2 years, they have had 0 teams in the Final Four. So, yeah, good night, Mark, or good day.
Good day. Well, yeah, so tomorrow you'll be talking about that. So, guys, if you're doing something, you need something to do tomorrow, check out Shane's show tomorrow. At what time, Shane? 7?
7 o'clock. And then Friday, Bubba, are you doing the
yeah, I will do a little bit of pulp culture on the Triple B Experience. It's WrestleMania weekend. So it won't be a long show, but it'll be something to get us ready with a little bit of pulp culture. And my problem is I haven't been able to watch a lot of stuff because I've been so busy. But I will talk about the finale of The Walking Dead, The Ones That Live. That is the only thing I've actually watched. And that's all I got. And then we'll talk a little bit about wrestling or just life in general. But thanks, Devil. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Like I said on Facebook, please get over to the YouTube channel and subscribe because I did 2 channels. I split them apart because I'm listening to my boy in Australia, man. And he's kicking ass and taking names on his podcast. So I'm just going to follow his lead. And I appreciate all the support. Shane, I appreciate you as always. And myself and Shane will be back next Wednesday at 9 o'clock to rattle some Steelers stuff off and just get ready for the greatest organization in sports today and forever is the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I'm doing. And Ed, before I go, though, shout out to the Pittsburgh Pirates, though. Woo! Kicking ass and taking names. I don't know. I don't know. They were 5-0. So, hey, they're kicking ass and taking names.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not gonna.
Oh, speaking of Pirate tickets, the winner of the tickets was Mr. Brock Thompson. So congratulations, Brock. He's got some tickets to the Pirate home opener this Friday. Due to the fact that he was on the show last night, he got his name picked. So big shout out to Brock. Thanks for tuning in yesterday. And Larry Brewer's in the house. If you guys need a beer in Indiana County, go down to Brewer's Bar down in McIntyre, Pennsylvania. That's right. Not the Triple B Bar and Grill downstairs because people thought that I had a real bar. But no, Larry Brewer has a bar called Brewer's Bar. It's down in McIntyre. So. Oh, we're 5-1. Oh, we must have lost tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll still say I picked them to win 86 games. So
what?
86. I did. I picked them to win 86 games. Yes. And I don't. People wanted me to do a Pirate podcast, but I don't know about the Pirates like I used to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I just know about stuff I talk about: Steelers, wrestling, pulp culture, and stories from the past that could get me in trouble. So okay, everybody. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm signing off. I'll see everybody Friday night at 9 o'clock, and we will see all you Steeler fans next week at 9. So, Shane, say bye.
Bye, guys.
See you guys. We'll see you. So take care. And I'm hitting it. Peace out. Go Steelers.